is here. The Biz is here.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Evan, how are you, buddy? You're in New York?
I am. So you made your big move pretty early in the game, right?
Well, yeah, and I was about 24. I kind of packed up. I used to work at Sikorsky Aircraft, making helicopter blades. And then I was a lifeguard at Seaside Park. I used to watch the Port Jefferson Ferry. So, New York and is kind of, that whole area is kind of like my home, really,
Yeah, that shaped you.
Yeah. What do you do in New York?
So I put together a media company, a film production company, a film set. I was an artist, a music artist for many years on an independent level. And I never got my big break, so to speak. I kind of got all the bad breaks in the music industry. But my true love is film. I just kind of worked really hard to be where I am today, where I put together this great big film set in New York. I'm probably the only one that's open right now.
Really?
And,
So you built a film set?
I did. I have a 6,000 square foot green
Like a sound
screen.
stage?
Yeah, it's green screen. It's cyclorama. I just wanted to be a creative hub because I feel like there's so many creatives and there's just not enough good stuff coming out,
Good for you, man. Have you had any productions working out there yet?
I did. I mean, it's not the most proud productions, but I did do some set design and production for some infomercial type production with a big, A-lister and a big financial company. It wasn't what I was looking to do, but I've done, several music videos. Trying to get a lot of the college kids in here to be like an incubator.
Yeah.
There's just so many outlets to put stuff out, and to me, there's just not enough great content. So,
Yeah.
I just been really just grinding really hard for the last 3 years. I kind of stopped my career as a contractor, designer, and I went full force with this because it's my dream, and
Good for
and that's
you,
why,
man.
yeah, just it feels like a cancer not able to fulfill your dream, and now I think I'm getting closer. I produced a couple of animations, for some feature TV.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I got George Lopez on board to voice over it.
Cool.
I got loads of scripts and amazing ideas, and I'm just trying to get in, not for the money, just to contribute.
You love doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What shows are you watching now? What do you like?
I've been scraping the bottom of the barrel of Netflix. I'm watching a lot of international stuff, believe it or not, just because they're coming out with better stuff, I feel, lately.
Yeah. I just discovered a show a friend of mine told me about. It was really good. I binge watched the whole thing. It was The Patriot. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's really a dark, quirky kind of a comedy about this guy who sends his two sons overseas to work like as CIA operatives, and they're all inept and they're crazy, and it's really kind of Wes Anderson kind of
Really?
style. Yeah,
I'll
You gotta
check it out.
that out.
The
I bet you'd
Patriot.
like it. Yeah, The Patriot.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Well, that's cool, man. I mean, so I know they do a couple of shows out in Queens. I know they did Glow out there. A bunch.
Yep.
I guess a bunch of shows they do out there.
Yeah, and I'm trying to break in.
It sounds like a great idea because those studios probably get a lot of overflow where they need like extra like locations or technology. You have equipment there too, Evan, or is it just?
I do. I have full editing suites. I really went balls to the wall. I went all in. I went all in.
Well, I think obviously things will pick up once the pandemic is over. It's a tough time right now, though.
It is. It's crazy because I really finished the set a few months before COVID, and my first job was actually a big one. It was a nice big production that I mentioned, and then I got some music videos after that, and then kapooey.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's too bad.
but you got to roll with it.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think you're onto something, though, man. I think that's a great idea.
I hope. So I was curious because, everyone's sitting down in a cozy, studio doing their interviews. And I love that concept I think it's just funny watching you walk and talk in itself is it's funny. Did you come up with that concept or how'd you come up with that?
You know what? I was hiking with, first of all, I'm glad you like it. I was hiking with a friend of mine, Matthew Modine, you know, the actor.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen him in a while, and we were talking a lot, and we were on this trail that was kind of challenging, you know, which I haven't done lately, you know, with the hikers, because most people don't want to climb up a hill and do an interview. But we were both out of breath, and I thought it would be funny if it'd be a funny video if I just was interviewing him, and we were both so out of breath we couldn't understand each other. You know, so I did that. And it was funny. And then on the way down, I asked him some serious questions. Like I said, hey, Matthew, did you ever regret anything, like turning down stuff like in your career? And he rolled his eyes. He goes, oh, my God. He goes, after I did Full Metal Jacket, I was really picky, and I turned down so many things I shouldn't have. He turned down, this is what he turned down, Evan. He turned down the Tom Hanks role in Big.
No way.
Michael J. Fox's role in Back to the Future.
Oh, Jesus.
He turned down the Tom Cruise role in Top Gun.
Are you kidding? And he didn't jump off? I would have jumped off right there.
I said, you idiot. And we both laughed. And then I started posting it on Instagram and Twitter, and people started liking it. I thought, well, I'll just hike with a different friend every week and start posting them. Then Stern was a big fan of the show.
Yeah.
And he said, you ought to do a longer version of it, you know, and instead of just posting all these little interstitials. And I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So I started a YouTube channel, and then it just started evolving. I stopped using my cell phone. Somebody sent me a GoPro on the end of the carbon graphite selfie stick with an external mic, you know, that didn't pick up the wind and stuff.
Right.
And I got a drone, and I started editing like you do, and got Premiere Pro, and just kind of really got into it, you know. I like it.
I mean, I got to credit you, man. That's like just so guerrilla, you know, authentic. Yeah. And it really is funny. Like, even I think the one with Bob Saget, I think he was really genuinely scared. He was getting close to the edge.
Yeah. It's funny how many people think I'm going to push him off the cliff, or if I'm taking him down some trail and they're not going to come back. But, right. You know, you talk about starting your own business there, which is great. When I started doing these, I did it purely because I loved doing it, but I also knew in the back of my mind, if I could get a lot of them in the can, I've already done 87 of them. I mean, my goal is 100, you know, once the COVID picks, let's go. But I thought, you know, maybe one day I could sell this to, a network and make some money on it, because I'm not making any money, really, just the ads from YouTube.
Right.
And so sure enough, about 2 months ago, my managers called me. This guy who was one of the producers and writers on Modern Family, loved the hiking show, and wanted to know if I wanted to team with him and write a pilot, a sitcom. So I said, sure, and we started pitching it, and TBS bought it. So we're writing the pilot now. It's going to be centered around the hikes, the interviews, but it's going to be also a home life, like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Really?
Yeah.
So now congratulations. To me, that's tremendous as an entrepreneur, where you kind of just went out there, you did something, you built value to it, and it got picked up. So, you know, congrats to that.
But it's like you love setting up that production company and having all the facility, because, you know, you love it mostly, but also you want to make money. And that's what I do with the hiking thing. I love doing it. I love the whole process of editing it and getting it up, and, you know, using the drone and figuring out the cameras and all that. And ultimately, you know, if you do something you love doing, I think, you know, it's going to go somewhere.
Absolutely. So now this is going to be scripted, and it revolves around a hike. Is it going to involve hiking with your celebrity friends and then going back home?
Yeah. That's pretty much what we sold them on. You know, I mean, who wouldn't want a show where, you know, because I have a lot of friends that are celebrities, and they want to do the hikes. So, you know, we have Conan O'Brien on, and you know, Adam Sandler one week, or, you know, Spade or whoever, you know. And so the networks loved it, and they wanted it to be more family oriented too. So we're scripting the pilot, but then we plan on it just bullet points like Curb, where it'll be improv.
Beautiful. So essentially you're doing the same thing. There's going to be some improv, but you're yourself. You're going to be yourself.
Yeah.
And everyone else is themselves.
And my wife will be playing my wife. She's an actress. She's
excellent.
Yeah, she's recruited on Parks and Rec, and she's done some films. She did the last Christopher Guest movie called Mascots. She's really funny with improv, and a couple other people. So, and this writer guy is really good. Danny Zucker, his name is. He's really clever and a real funny guy. So I'm excited.
Excellent. That is exciting, and it's good to see you because, obviously you're a legend with SNL and Weeds, and I feel like you're like an underrated, one of the underrated legends. But you have to know that so many people really do know you and really enjoy your style of that dry, witty.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's funny, my son came into told my wife the other day. He was reading online that he said they just listed like the top 10 underrated SNL actor. Daddy was number 9. How cool is that?
You weren't even one. Damn.
I wasn't even one. I think 9 is underrated, don't you?
Absolutely.
At least 5.
That's right. You were still underrated in the underrated.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh wow, that's crazy.
But anyway, it's I've been really lucky, Evan. I've had a good run, and I'm really dry, and I'm not like one of those in your face comics, so I've kind of, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And, for SNL, I mean, I was just a stand-up, just kind of, finding my way doing stand-up, and things kind of lined up for me, and I ended up getting on that show. And I just loved doing it. I didn't see it as a stepping stone. I saw it as a great gig. I could live in New York City,
Yeah.
I could be on a show where, these idols I revered growing up, like the Stones and, Aerosmith and James Taylor and and work with Steve Martin and even I got to work with Charlton Heston and Robert Mitchum.
Wow.
All these guys.
The old school guys.
Yeah. Roy Orbison was on.
Wow.
Paul McCartney. What a great job that was. I didn't want to go anywhere. I just wanted to stay there.
Yeah. You were there actually.
Underrated. I don't mind being underrated. Just keep me here.
That's right. That was a great game. You actually killed me on that bit you did with your dying friend. I got to tell you, the one you did with Conan.
Oh yeah,
dying friend.
Yeah.
That was hysterical. I mean,
thanks, man. That's actually true. That was based on Tom Davis from Franken and Davis. Al Franken's partner, Tom Davis, used to be a writer on SNL. He had he got some kind of disease, cancer or something, and they gave him like 3 months to live. And so Lorne Michaels threw a big party for him, and everybody toasted him and stuff. And 6 months later, he was still alive, and he said he was embarrassed to come out of his house.
That was hysterical. That was like laugh out loud when you told that story. That's crazy.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks. I'm glad you're reminding me of my act. I haven't done it like since March.
Oh, you got to do that one. That one, is hysterical. And I'm like a comedy snob. I love comedy on so many levels. I've seen almost everyone live. You don't come out here that much because I know you're rooted out west. But
yeah, I was doing Caroline's every year around December.
Yeah.
For a while, and then except for last year, but yeah, I do, and then I do the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, and I was going to be out in Long Island last summer, but everything got canceled. I forget the name of the theater.
Governors or Brokers, one of those.
It was a theater actually.
I know which one. Probably in Huntington. Maybe. I know which one it is. That's where they have some good comedy shows. So yeah, that's great. So you'll probably be out here in the near future.
Yeah, I will be.
Hopefully.
I will be. Hopefully the show will get picked up, and they'll let us shoot the pilot and then pick it up, and I'll be busy doing that, and then just kind of do stand up during the hiatus. That's my goal.
That's the goal, right? We try to go for that.
Yeah. I've been really lucky, like I said, Evan. I just doing what I love. That's why I think you're in a good position. You're doing what you love, and hopefully, you'll make some money soon on it when things get back. Because I feel bad for these people that go to their 9-to-5 jobs every day, right? And they hate their work. And they look forward for their 2-week vacation.
I can't tell you. I met someone in Target, this young lady, and she ended up being an animator. And I'm like, I know you need a job, for your 9-to-5, and you got to pay bills. What are you doing towards animation? She's like, there's no jobs. I can't get in. And I hired her, and I actually produced a pilot, and that's the one that George Lopez agreed to voice over once I get some traction. And I got Margaret Cho on board.
Nice.
Pitbull. I'm trying to keep it real diverse. It's about a holdout family on the Upper West Side, and it's this Latino family, and just trying to spin everything through the Latino perspective, which is funny by itself.
Yeah, you mean they're holding on to their like the neighborhood's been gentrified and they're sticking with their home.
Correct. And
That's
all these clashes, with the gay community, the African American community, the Asian community, they're just clashing, and really also trying to, put a spotlight on the good things of their culture. But it's funny. The clashes are just hysterical. And
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, Lopez would be good for that.
He's a really funny guy.
In there.
Right. That's the goal, is to just keep adding and growing the crew and keeping it diverse. So that right now, that's the key. Diversity is just so big now in America. And I want it to be diverse compared to like Family Guy and The Simpsons. I don't know what race they are, but they're yellow. And, we're trying to keep it diverse. I think everyone finds the comedy.
That's great. That's a great idea, With animation, you could just go crazy with it, too.
Right.
I mean, do you have an agent or anything?
I don't, because they always ask, what'd you do? Your IMDb.
Right. Yeah.
And I spent all my life in my bubble waiting to break out. And now I feel I'm overripe, and I can help any production at any level. And I know my place. I'm not arrogant. If I know I can.
Well, like what I did, like I said, I just did it on my own. I posted my hikes on YouTube, and I started getting a lot of followers. It's not like I got a zillion followers, but I got enough where people were always asking me about it. And then I wasn't on a show, and that's all I had. So when I did a Conan or a Fallon, we talk about hiking with Kevin, and then people started watching it, and I got followers. So maybe you could, start posting on a YouTube channel, and then get that kind of following, and then get a lot of buzz,
Right. That's the organic way, and that's what I'm doing. And it's
there was a time when we couldn't do that. You just had to get somebody to rep it for you and hopefully sell it. But now you could put it out there yourself and promote it.
Right. That's what I'm doing. So that's
perfect, man. That's perfect.
So I'm in that lane. But you do recommend.
If I come across anybody too, I'll that I think might be interested, I'll mention it to them and give me your email address.
Yeah, that can't hurt. I appreciate it. I don't expect anything, and even this talk is great. And having your reaction and to be able to talk to you and chat it up. I appreciate all this.
Thanks, buddy. And thanks again for your donation, and keep at it, brother.
Yes, absolutely. And good luck with the new show. I'm going to look out for it.
Okay.
All right.
Good call. All right, buddy. I got your email address, so I'll be in touch if I hear anything.
Thank you. Stay healthy.
Take care, buddy.
Kevin. Bye-bye.